What's going on, YouTube and internet land? Welcome to the next LPX Podcast, folks. Today's episode is number 7. Yes, we finally hit my lucky number. No, it's not my lucky number. But welcome. Good evening, good morning, good day, whatever time it is, wherever you're watching around the world. Thank you for stopping by, folks. Just want to welcome you guys to pretty much... This has been a wild past week and everything, but thank you for stopping by. For those of you who are tuning in live, thank you. So far, we have Cool Game Vent Man. Welcome. He actually started a countdown, so thank you. And for those of you tuning in via the SoundCloud, which I'll be uploading soon, hopefully, online, I appreciate you guys stopping by and listening. But today's podcast is going to be pretty much just like the last couple weeks. We're going to have an open Q&A throughout the entire length of the podcast for the next 2 hours or so. But in between, I'm going to go ahead and talk about... I'm going to talk to a couple of other topics that I wanted to talk about today. So today's going to be less tech-oriented. Obviously, if someone brings up a tech question, we'll go ahead and address that. But today I want to talk about pretty much the future of this channel. So not only this channel, but also the other channels that I've done or I've made before and pretty much haven't been given time to, but I definitely want to get back into it. So I'm definitely going to be talking to those points. So we're going to be talking about the future of the other channels, as well as what I'm going to be doing with this one. And most importantly, I'm going to be talking about my business. So not what I'm doing exactly, but but why I've decided to take the leap of faith to quit my job, my steady full-time day job, to go pursue my dream, which is a little bit suicidal, to be honest, but I'm going to be talking about that a little bit today, as well as obviously any questions you guys have throughout the podcast. Go ahead and put them in the comment feed. For those of you who are listening to this post recording, go ahead and you can feel free to comment. You can either send me a message, tweet at me at hashtag LPX Podcast, whatever, any questions you may have, and I do my best to reply to you guys. And I understand that the last couple days, or at least weeks, I have been a little bit delayed on my my responses for my comments. I do apologize for that. It's just been a crazy last few weeks with me finalizing paperwork, trying to sign the lease for my business, and etc. etc. So it's been a little crazy, but just please bear with me for a few more days. This week is going to be my last week at work, so after that I'll be 100% full-time onto my YouTube channel as well as my business. So you guys will be seeing a lot more quicker responses from me. You guys will be seeing more content, hopefully, as well as updated quality as well too. So we'll do that. So So without further ado, let's go on and move on. And welcome XX Goozerex 117. He or she is starting off with the first question: Gear A or Gear S? Well, the thing is, I don't really know much about the Gear A at the moment. They haven't really officially announced it yet. But before I looked into it, as soon as they announced that it was going to be a round design, I said that I was just going to stick with my Gear S. But I'm really interested in seeing what they do with the Gear A, because apparently with my contact in Korea, they're really overhauling. Let me turn this off here. They're really overhauling the Tizen interface for the Gear A. So apparently, hopefully we'll see some major improvements for them. But a couple other things to keep in mind too. They're apparently going to be adding functionality to the round bezel, so it's going to be like a wraparound display, and sort of like how the S6 Edge and the Note Edge work right now. The edges of the circle screen will have functionality. Whether that's true or not, we will have to wait and see. But if they add something like that, even I will take a look into it. Another thing to look out for is to make sure that they actually add the standalone function like they did with the Gear S. So make sure that they put in the little SIM card slot there, because for me that standalone function is very key. It's very clutch, and there's that too. But I mean, as it stands right now, if you haven't owned any of the smartwatches before, I say go with the Gear S. This thing is still a beast. I've tried out the Apple Watch. I've tried out the new LG Urbane. I've tried out the other watches in between, and I ultimately come back to this watch because not only is it very durable, very comfortable, and the screen is absolutely nice, but that standalone function, I just did a vlog video on that, but that just the other day really helped out, and I absolutely love this thing. I still hold on to it. I still hold firm that this is the king of the smartwatches. Yes, people argue with me that Tizen doesn't have the support it needs, and there's no much apps, blah, blah, blah. I've done a ton of videos on that, but I say go with the Gear S if you can get it now. I mean, I think you'll be perfectly happy with it. If not, return it. You got most retailers will allow you to return it within 2 weeks, so you can do that. But I say go with the Gear S, but if you really want to see how the Gear S is going to turn out, you can just go ahead and wait. But for me personally, the circle design isn't for me, so I'm personally going to wait for the Gear S2 when they come out with the second rendition of this watch here. I'm not wearing a piece that needs to charge, but there's that. So I hope that answers your question. If you like to know more, please go ahead. Feel free and ask another question on that. Welcome, Chris A. Kalf and Mika Blackheart. My normal. What's going on? Let's see. The Gear S2 with the Note 5. Hell yes. I mean, that's if they actually announced the Gear S2. There have been no hints that they are, but if they drop that along with the Note 5, I'm in. Like, for me, I'm personally waiting to see what they do with the Note 5, but I am patiently biding my time for the Note 5. For this September, hopefully it comes out then. So, yeah. Mika, thumbs up as well. Oh, by the way, today's episode is not sponsored by Kickstart, Mountain Dew Kickstart, but I gotta stay awake somehow. I was up really early this morning, so there's that. But for those of you who are tuning into the live version of this video, as well as the what's it called? Oh no, you are awesome. Thank you. Sorry if that didn't answer your question. Like, I'm just kind of thinking on the spot here. But those of you, once again, for those of you tuning into the live podcast, as well as if you're watching the video version of this, if you've noticed, my room is sort of empty. There's a green screen now. Yay. It's because I packed everything I've had, except for that little thing back there, in preparation for my retail store. So it's all out in the living room right now with the shelves and everything. So everything's packed up. So what's nice is my room has become actually a very nice makeshift studio. So I can comfortably set up the green screen all the way. I have enough space for all the lighting equipment now and my camera, and it's not cluttered like it was before. So it's very functional. So you guys should definitely see, especially the next few videos. Actually, any upcoming videos, you guys are going to see a jump in. I guess not quality per se, but I'm going to be experimenting with different techniques and stuff. So hopefully, hopefully you guys enjoy the upcoming videos that I do, and that too. And it's Chris, aka Elf. Okay, my bad, man. My bad. Or Chris. I go with Chris. No, you two names are fun, so we'll go with Chris, aka Elf. My bad, dude. What was I saying? Oh yeah, no. But since I'm gonna transition what I just said into what I want to talk about is the future of this channel, and that it directly goes into me, deciding to open up my own business as well too. And the thing is, like, although I'm a tech channel, you guys actually might see less tech being purchased and reviewed due to the fact that all my funds now are going to be going towards opening up the retail store, all the construction and renovations that I have to do, the marketing and everything, just to get it open. So you may not see any new tech in the next couple months or so. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to not do videos on them, because believe it or not, that you can still run a tech channel without actually having the tech. How? It's just, a lot of people who subscribe to my channel pretty much have to subscribe because I tend to I personally strive to give an unbiased opinion on topics and stuff too. So it may look like I'm a Samsung fan due to some of my videos, but that's not the case. I typically follow the companies that bring out new innovative products and are pushing the technology, and not the people who are always recycling old tech as new and charging overpriced for them. That's my little stab of Apple. But that's what I'm going to try to do. So at least what I can do is when people coming to me and like the question just that was asked earlier, the Gear A, obviously I don't have it with me, but from my experience, I can give you an educated response on that. It's not my preference, but it may be for you, and here's why. I would love to at least continue to do that. And just like my vlog the other day, just talk about topics. So like this was in the news, or this, or or observations that I make. I think I'll be doing a lot more tech vlogs. So it won't be the whole today I learned about this. No, it will be, I will come up with interesting topics to talk about, both educational and things for you guys to think about. And I'll do that. So that series will continue. So at least look forward to that. And another thing you guys can look forward to is I'm going to be starting. You probably saw 2 videos this past week, but I'm going to be starting a Dear Company series. What I plan to do with that is it's going to be a series of videos, pretty much directed towards a respective technology company, and the first 2 are going to be Apple and Samsung, and they're not going to be positive. None of these videos are meant to be positive. It's going to be, I'm going to quickly highlight what they do well, but I'm going to go ahead and just do my best. It's not for ripping them apart, but it's my hope that I'm going to go ahead and address some of a lot of their flaws, address them, and just to get the conversation going. So whether that draws a bunch of negative thumbs down and feedback, that's not my issue there. My thing is just for people to just really think about it. If what I say in those videos is a lie, I would love to be called out, because then I'm like, oh, then prove me wrong that this so-and-so company is not this way or not this way. But hopefully my goal is that those videos actually reach someone from those companies and it gets them talking or thinking. A quick point on that is so for Apple, in my instance, would be, please be innovative again. Why don't you be the company that Steve Jobs actually set out it to be? Yes, it's his goal was to make a whole infrastructure and everything too, but he was pushing technology left and right when he took back Apple after they kicked him out in the 90s, and he came back. He came out with, although the MP3 player wasn't new, he revolutionized it. He made an infrastructure and a system that worked, the device that worked awesomely, and it sold. And he had a brilliant marketing campaign, and constantly, year after year after year, they kept innovating the product. So it went from the Classic to the Nano, made it smaller, put a flat screen on it, then eventually came out with the iPhone, was like, holy bejesus, you could do all this on a phone. And then with that, they continued to push the phone. They revolutionized the tablet and made that mainstream. And they were off to a great start. And I was a fan. I was like, oh my gosh, Apple's the best company in the world. And I had their products. But ever since Tim Cook took over and Steve Jobs passed away, the company is just not innovative anymore. The fact that, yes, I understand that there's a lot of people who are fanboys and fangirls out there, but my point is not addressing them. It's the company itself, because more recently, they have begun to repackage old tech as new and charging people top dollar for them. I understand that they have a whole user interface and a whole infrastructure and an ecosystem that works very smoothly, but that's not what I'm talking about. As a technology company, for me, it's why are you offering me a laptop for top premium dollar that does a quarter of what a gaming PC laptop can do, with no USB ports, a very low res camera? And it's you're offering me technically less in performance for more. You're not really changing the game. And people were like, "Oh, this is the future of laptops." Yes, yes, it is. Laptops need to get sleeker. They need to get more efficient and everything. Yes, I agree with that. But the performance and the ergonomics shouldn't do a switch like this. For me, they should go hand in hand. And I know that's a big argument there. And the Apple Watch is another example too. They brought out, so 2.5 years after the Pebble came out and Samsung released their watch and everyone else has been out, Apple finally rolls along, and I had high expectations for them because for me it's like you've had more than enough time to research your competitors, to see how the market adapted them, see what hardware has been made, and see the capacities of your competition's watches. And then they released a watch that's subpar. For me, the interface is okay. It's not the best, but it's not bad. I think I actually like it better than the Android Wear platform. Oh my god, blasphemy. Yes, I actually like it better than the Android Wear platform. But the hardware piece of it is very subpar in my opinion. I don't give two senses about the gold, the stainless steel, that it was forged in the mountain of Mount Doom. I don't care about that stuff. The hardware is subpar. I mean, I just watched a video today. It can't even survive a simple drop test. Yes, there's people who drove over it with their cars and everything, and it was fine. But there was one YouTuber who had the sport one, so the base model that almost everyone can barely afford. He dropped it face down, so that let's say you trip and you hit a wall or you land on your wrist and everything, the thing cracked. Really? they're like hyping up the sapphire display that it can't be scratched and all that stuff, and it shatters in one drop. The Gear S, I can toss this thing around across the world. You guys have seen my torture test videos. The thing survives. Even some of the other the Android Wear watches are the same way. And another thing is actually the battery life too. The fact that it can barely last 12 hours through normal use just astonishes me. I'm like, so all the other watches out there can last a full day, so 15 to 24 hours or more, and you can barely last 12, and then you're charging the most out of everyone. I know there's a ton of other things I'm gonna go over, but that's just like, but those are the kind of things I'm gonna address, and I'm not gonna do it in like this method. So what I plan on doing is sort of like you'll be seeing me writing a letter, and I'll be dubbing in background, acting around a little bit. So I'll make it fun. That's what I'm trying to do. So please be on the lookout for those videos. I definitely welcome your guys' opinion. So when they come out and you guys see them, I would appreciate your feedback and let me know if you like it or dislike it. Should I do more, or just be like, hey, can you go ahead and rip apart Huawei or Motorola? Whatever it ends up being, I definitely appreciate your guys' feedback on that. So, So let's go on to a question that was just asked here. Mika Blackheart, do you think that Tizen will ever overtake Android? That will depend on how Samsung handles this. They have more than enough resources to bring on a team. Also, subsidize their apps and everything with these companies. They have more than enough resources to make Tizen work. It's going to be a lot of work, but they definitely have the right infrastructure to do it. If anything, yes, they don't sell as many phones and watches as Apple does, but they still have a very large customer base that they can cater to, and they have all the right pieces. Whether the executive team actually makes the right choices, that's a whole nother situation. So far, they haven't. I like this. I like the interface of the Gear S and the other Gear devices that they've done. So I got a little taste of Tizen, but I don't like how they haven't had much app support. If you're going to make a new OS, why half-ass it from the start? You should be funding these teams fully to make quality apps constantly to catch up. I think that was the issue with Microsoft. They didn't kind of wholeheartedly go into their Windows Phone, and they kind of just fell off. If you guys noticed, you can't just get. Yes, you have to get the main staple names like Twitter, Facebook, and all that stuff. You got to get those apps in place and working seamlessly. But you got to make sure that you're also catering to the local markets and making sure that you have app support for the other apps that people are using on a daily basis. You can simply learn this by seeing which apps have been downloaded the most. That's quickly. That's the first thing. But they really didn't do that from the start, and it sort of worries me. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait to judge them fully, because we have to wait because apparently they got something big brewing for the fall. So not only with the Note 5 and the Gear A, but I think they're going to announce something with Tizen. So we will have to wait and see. So fingers crossed. I actually hope they actually come back and they finally learn something and are going to do something with it. So fingers crossed, guys. There's that. Excuse me. But back to my other topic earlier, I was talking about the future of this channel. And so besides from changing my video styles a little bit. So I'll be doing less unboxings, but definitely look forward to, like, for me, I'll be doing big tech purchases. So I'll definitely be, getting the new Oculus Rift when that comes out, the new Google Cardboard version 2. I'll be getting a tablet for the business, so I'll go ahead and test the tablet out. And a couple other things here and there. So I will be doing purchases. And then when I get the Note 5, obviously I'm going to do a video on the Note 5. But there's that. But thankfully, my channel has grown enough to the point where I've gotten a couple requests from, like, these third-party manufacturers. They're offering me, like, free versions of, like, a $20 headset to try it out and everything. And because of the last few weeks, I've been very busy with setting up my business. I haven't been able to respond to them, but I'm gonna go ahead and start responding to these emails. And why not? I'll check it out. And for me, I'll go ahead. I'm still gonna give an honest opinion. Like, these aren't paid. They're obviously offering one of their products to me to test. It's up to me. I mean, they pretty much said, can you just do a review on it? I'm obviously going to do a review on it. I'll give you my honest opinion on it. And then if it's worth it, I'll tell you to buy it. Be like, hey, look, this $25 headset actually worked really well. Might as well go check it out. Or if it didn't, I'll be like, listen, like, it's $20. It's not, like, I'll give an honest opinion on this. So please don't look at it as me selling out. I'm just branching off a little bit because I understand that, not everyone in the world can go out and buy, $100 pair of Bluetooth headsets from Samsung and everything. So, thankfully there's always good alternatives out there to look at. So most recently, I really like a fitness tracker company reached out to me. So I'm definitely going to look them out because, especially with after this week, and I quit after my last. Okay. Oh my God. Am I back on? Oh my gosh, I apologize, guys. I hope you guys are still, for those of you who are watching this live, I hope that you guys are still on because I apologize for that. My power went out. Literally, all my breakers just popped off for some reason. Apparently, I'm running too much power in this room. This has never happened before. Apparently, I'm talking too loud. So I apologize for that, but I just went back and reset my breakers. So hopefully that won't happen again. I had to wait for my router to power back up and my computer power back up, so I apologize, guys. So please let me know if I am back to normal by giving me a thumbs up, smiley face, whichever, if you guys are still on. But hopefully you guys are still you're still there. So but let's go ahead and let me just double check something here really quick. I do apologize, just gotta make sure everything's back to normal. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Well, hopefully you guys can hear me okay, and the internet's still streaming. Okay, so I'm good. All right, I just got that you're good. All right, guys. So let's get back to our discussion. Let's continue. I'm sorry, guys. Thankfully YouTube is still versatile like that. So let's go to a question that I was about to answer. Woods TV. Hey, great videos, man. Where should Apple go next to stay on top? So that's a very good question. So my opinion first, the first thing that they need to do is, number one, is surpass everyone in the performance ranges. Yes, I know that they perform really well and smoothly with their current systems and everything. But for me, it's like, I understand that you guys have a good interface, but come on, guys, let's stay on top for once. So it's four and right after you. So why don't you release something that's going to make it difficult for them? So don't wait for them to release a 4K resolution screen. No, announce it right now. Because everyone's talking about how Apple's going to give a 2K resolution screen with their next phone finally. forget that. Give the performance that even the Apple users want. Give them the beast mode OS, the processor, RAM, internal memory. Give them a removable back or something. They have to step up their game in the hardware aspect, in my opinion. Not only that, don't play. So the first thing, they have to catch up to everyone else. That's the first thing. In my opinion, they're sort of behind now. You're just getting into the smartwatches, and now you're just talking about wanting to make a virtual reality device when every other company out there is already on their retail versions, and they've been testing it for months already. I don't care if you guys have been playing around with it. You guys need to just do it. Bring it out and make it better. That's the first and foremost thing. For me, is the Apple Watch was their one way for me to show me that Apple was willing to get back on top in the hardware aspect. I know they're on top with money. I understand that, and that's just their brilliant marketing. But my thing is, if they want to be back on top as a tech company, just bring out products that's better than everyone else. If you're gonna get into the smartwatch business, make it better than anything that Samsung, Google, Huawei, HTC, LG. Make it better than anything that they've released. Don't make them subpar. You bring out this watch and it's subpar in quality, and unfortunately, all the YouTube the reviewers out there are all pretty much paid off, and they won't admit it. But that watch sucks. I mean, the interface is okay; it's good. I like it better than Android Wear, but in terms of how durable it is and everything else, it's first generation. I understand it. Oh, everyone's like, I'll just wait for the second version. For me, it's like, listen, you already had a bunch of first, second, third generation watches already out there. Why would you do the same thing? So that's number one. Number two, so they had to bring out a virtual reality unit. And that's my thing too. And they're already talking about bringing out a car. Fine. Do all of these. But make it better. Don't come out with a car and instantly make me be like, all right, at first I'm going to be like, all right, well, Tesla already did it, so did Nissan. What are you guys going to do differently? And if you come out with a subpar product and you're like, well, this car is going to be $90,000, only 150-mile range, so-and-so interface, but it's chrome and aluminum with titanium infused. I'm like, if you start giving me the same Apple rant that you guys have been giving me the last few years, it's gonna be disappointing. If you're gonna come out with a car, make it better than the current Tesla Model S and the future cars that's gonna be coming out, because they're gonna come out with the Model C next year. Rumored $30,000 car that's gonna have more than 250-mile range, if not the same quality. So you gotta do something better than that. Especially if you're gonna be charging me more, which I know they are. They gotta do something better than that. Virtual reality, it's gotta blow me away. It's got to blow Project Morpheus, Oculus Rift Crescent Bay, HTC Vive, the Samsung Gear VR, even the new Google Cardboards. You got to blow all of them out of the water. If a company is going to do that, I know Apple could. They literally have the funds to do it. They have the brilliant minds in there. They have an unlimited not unlimited resource, but they have everything that they need to make it better. It's just like my statement with Samsung. Both have everything they need to kind of outdo each other. But while one outdoes the other in technology, the other outdoes the other in marketing. So it's like, I kind of wish, like, if for those of you who are Dragon Ball Z fans, I kind of wish Apple and Samsung were like fusion, and make like one ultimate company. Like, that would be, imagine if you took Samsung's innovation and Apple's like user friendly interface ecosystem and marketing brilliance. You just merged those two children together. Holy cow! I think that'd be the most beautiful child I've ever seen in my life. That's not gonna happen. But those things. Number one, so catch up and make it better than everyone else. And then move on to augmented reality. Bring out the eyeglass. I literally made fun of I did it at my company, but literally bring out the eyeglass, eyewear, everything else. Just get on there. Get on there, Apple. Adam Schul. So next question. Adam Scholes. Do you have a consumer Rift on order? No. I don't think they started taking pre-orders on them yet, but if they do, I am. I got the DK1 and DK2 kit as a YouTuber, so I'm going to be on board. So don't worry. I'm going to be getting the Oculus Rift, the consumer version of that. I will get the HTC Vive once that's available. I am going to be one of the first people to get Project Morpheus, fingers crossed, hopefully on that. And obviously the retail version of the Gear VR. So all 4 devices, including whatever Google brings out. So we'll have to see. But I'm 100% into virtual reality. So I will get whatever comes out from any company, even Apple. All right, next question. Gaming with Speedy 2. Just bought an Apple Watch. It was the worst idea ever. Samsung for the win. Yes, it is. Because, trust me, guys, I actually, I don't own an Apple, like an iPhone. But for several weeks, I went to the office. Me and my coworker switched, and I got to work with the Apple Watch, and my company also picked up a couple to start interface testing with that, like apps and stuff. And I've been playing around with it and using it, wearing it throughout the day instead of my Gear S. And it's just that I did like. I probably should do a review video on it. But there was a couple things that I liked, but overall the watch wasn't better. All these, I'm gonna do a rant on YouTubers out there too, because all these reviewers, like I watched every single comparison review that I saw was so biased. It was so biased. I'm not gonna rant on that, but it was just, you can clearly tell that they were either paid off or incentivized one way or another to just downplay Samsung and just showcase Apple how they're the greatest and best. Perfect example is, the battery life's much lower than the Gear S and any other smartwatch out there. But that's not needed because everyone's going to charge their watch on a 12-hour basis and everything. So it's not a big deal. Of course it's a big deal, morons. And you know who I'm talking about, the people who've done that. Every single reviewer of the Apple Watch were like, it's not a big deal. Of course it's a big deal because a lot of people aren't home 12 hours a day. They'll leave, like me, I leave 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't return until 7, sometimes 8 o'clock at night. It's not going to last 12 hours. And when it's dead to me. Every other watch other than the Apple Watch can last at least 15 to 20 hours. So full day to 2 days. The LG Urbane lasted 3. My Gear S lasts 2 on average. Average means I actually pushed it to 4 days one time because I pushed it to 5 because I put it on super power saving mode. It was just basic functions, but it worked. So that's just one thing. So yes, the Apple Watch, I'll put it this way, for iPhone users, it's a good watch for you guys. I think it's a nice alternative to the Pebble. You finally have a decent watch. Congratulations. Now Apple needs to step up their game. Period. Moving on. So same question from Gaming with Speedy 2. How much is your Gear S? So your Samsung watch. It's about $300 as Perry Freeman just said. But apparently, what's it called? But Chris, aka Elf, said that it was $200 at AT&T with a 2-year contract. But the thing is, I don't recommend doing a 2-year contract. That is stupid. It really is. Don't limit yourself for about $150 to $200, or just pay the retail price for it. And a lot of companies are actually doing sales. Like I actually heard one guy got it from T-Mobile for $150, no contract. So I don't know what's going on out there, but you can apparently get it cheap too. Let's take a look here. Chris, aka Elf, mine was like $340. I got it the day it came out too, so it was a little bit pricey. But hey, you know what? 9 months later, I'm glad that I bought it. I'm still happy that I got it. I would pay that price again if I needed to. So put it that way. I think everyone who's gotten the Gear S has loved it. And quickly, Cool Gamer Vantman and Alexander Linares, Perry Freeman, Gaming with Speedy 2, and Woods TV. Thank you all for all tuning in. I think you guys just came in and like that. You came during my post-apocalyptic power outage. Oh man. So, there's that, guys. I hope can someone please let me know too if the audio is coming through clearly? Everything got reset, so I'm not sure if all my settings are okay. I just want to make sure that you guys are hearing me clearly. There's that. So I'm gonna remember where I left off because the power hours kind of threw a curveball at me. So, oh yeah, no, I was talking about the future of this channel. So other than changing up how I'm gonna be making videos, so obviously upping the quality, upping the quantity of videos, and the variety of different videos. So I won't be doing traditional unboxings and reviews like the other YouTubers out there who do them. I'm going to do my best to try to differentiate myself by doing a little bit of a unique twist on these videos soon. So please be on the lookout. So obviously you guys saw my last vlog. If you haven't, go check it out. About just talking about certain aspects of technology to think about. So I like that aspect. I think a lot of you actually enjoyed that. So I'll definitely keep that up. And as I just mentioned, definitely be on the lookout for my Dear Company series. My little personal letters to these tech companies, and then just a variety of other things. So I'll be doing live reactions to things and so forth. But on top of that, I'm going to be getting back to my gaming channel and doing a lot of more virtual reality stuff. I'm going to have the time now to go ahead and try to fix this damn problem I've been having with my Gear VR. And everything. So you're gonna be seeing Throwback Thursday videos will be coming back. So I'll be doing a lot more retro games again, virtual reality. I'll be doing some modern games. So not as much as I hope, but at least a few of those a week. On top of that, I thought I was gonna put my life vlogs on my LPX behind the scenes, but I'm actually just going to create another channel that's actually already been made by Google for me, but it's just gonna be simply Andrew Huang. It's just gonna be mine. It's just gonna be my own personal channel, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my life vlogs up there. And what I mean by that, it's not gonna be like a whole, hey, today I woke up and brushed my teeth. No, nothing like that. It's just gonna be maybe like twice a week, 2 to 4 times a week. Just a quick update video, or if there's a topic that I want to talk about that's not technology or game related, just in general, like life topics, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So right now I'm currently editing my first couple videos for that area. So be on the lookout. You'll see it on my related channels once it's up. But the first series of vlogs I'm gonna be doing is the journey of opening my business. So I talk about why I made the decision. Going to be showing you guys the space, the teardown, construction, everything. Yeah, I'm going to keep you guys up to date on my journey throughout that. And other topics I want to talk about in the future is obviously like relationships, life as an Asian American, growing up in a how I grew up and everything, how I treat my family, and just a bunch of topics that I think will be relatable to a lot of folks out there, not only in this United States but around the world as well too. So I'll be definitely doing that. So if you guys are interested in that, please be on the lookout for that channel popping up soon. And the BTS channel is gonna be dedicated to the behind the scenes. So when I actually do some higher production videos and skits and stuff, that's where I'm gonna be housing all like the bloopers, the full unedited extended versions of stuff. So I'll keep it as that too, and maybe I'll do some fun videos for that channel as well once I'm like fully up and running. But there's that. So but that's what's gonna be happening next couple of weeks. So this week is my last week at my job because I just put my 2 weeks in 2 weeks ago. So after this week, it's gonna be gates open, running down the course. It's gonna be full force. So I can't wait. I hope you guys are ready for the flood of videos that will be coming out soon. So I'm excited, and I hope you guys are too. Let's see here. Ghost Knife 67, welcome to the podcast. What up, LPX? Any rumors about Note tablets? Nothing yet. I really haven't heard too much. The rumor mill only typically for all these tech sites. Oh, excuse me. They're mainly just focusing on the Samsung Galaxy S7, the iPhone 6s, and the iPhone 7. None of which are all confirmed or out yet, but those are all the rumor mills for now. But I haven't heard anything about the future tablets. If anything, the Pro S that just came out is a freaking beast. I'm trying to see if I can get that as my register for my store, so I'll be looking around for those. So if I do end up picking that up, keep your eyes open for a video on that. Gaming with Speedy 2. Quick question: is tempered glass any good? Might get it for my iPhone. It's not shatterproof. If you're asking if it's shatterproof, no. But but if you're just asking as a screen protector, it's actually really nice. I got it for my mom's Note 4 that I got for her, and then my girlfriend's S6 Edge. I got them both tempered glass screens. And they for me, if I actually use screen protectors, I keep my phone very bare because I like the feeling of a natural thing. Yes, that's crazy, but you know what? If you're gonna have a phone for a year or 2 years, why cover up the beauty? I know it's a stupid argument, but that's just my personal opinion. Don't judge me. But no, I like it because I like the feel of it because it's almost like you don't feel the screen. You don't. I mean, it feels like the screen. It's glass. And it's, obviously it's going to protect your original screen and everything. So when you want to go trade your phone in or resell it, it's going to help you out. But it's not shatterproof. I mean, yes, it can handle blunt force, but it's not. It's the same thing. Phones don't typically drop like this. They drop like this down to the corners. And unfortunately, glass is very weak on the sides. So it's not going to hold up. I know they advertise it like that. They always show. These glass companies always show about this pressure. They always do this. Oh, it's going to hold up. Oh, it's meant to hold a full frontal force. Of course it is. That's where the pains are. But they don't show you, they're like, hey, here, take a hammer and go to the side and see if it lasts. They don't show that. So there's that. Alexander Linares, what do you think of the rumors of the Note 5 and S7? They're just rumors. To be honest, they really are. Obviously, I have my own expectations of the Note 5 and the S7, but once again, the S6 just came out like a month ago. It's way too early to talk about what's going to hold, because I'll put it this way. The way you should look at what the next phone is, for Samsung at least, what the next phone is going to entail, just look at the current model that's out. So when you want to think about the Note 5 and what it might have, just look at the S6, because it's just going to springboard off of what the Note the Note 5 is just going to springboard off of what they put on the S6, because the S6 just pretty much took everything that the Note 4 did awesomely and did it better, and so forth, etc., etc. So just look at it that way, because if you look at from the Note 4 to the S6, they kept the same screen, the screen quality, so the same 2K resolution, but they increased the pixel density to make the image look even sharper. They mainly did that for the Gear VR purposes. Number 2, they updated the performance, the processor, the RAM, more power, consuming less power. So more performance, less heat. There's that. So they did all that to make the phone run more optimally without it overheating and everything. So, you gotta just look at things like that. So, all right, so then what can we expect by the Note 5? Just look at while looking at the S6, all right, well, we can obviously expect a nicer screen, a higher quality screen, more pixel density, maybe more RAM, more efficient RAM. So that's just the typical thing. So all the rumors about it not having an S Pen, and not having this and that, yeah, forget it. I personally like to wait until for me, I like to personally, sorry, I'm not repeating myself, but I personally like to wait and to see what they actually release. Wait for the press conference. I know we're all excited and we're going to wait, but you can automatically assume that it's going to be better than their current flagship model. So it's going to be better than the S6. So if that's what you're if in your mind that's already awesome, then go with it. It's pretty much like the Note 4 and the S6 combined. Boom, there you go. The Note 5 is born. You can think of it that way. But yeah, it's too soon. It really is. So let's just we can just move on from there. But I mean, if you want to know anything specifically, I'll go ahead and talk about that. Woods TV, do you think VR will be mainstream in the next few years? I can't see it personally despite the hype. Looking forward to the future of the channels. Well, yeah, Woods TV, to be honest, I'm completely sold on it, because you gotta look at it this way. It is not just for gaming. And I'm assuming that you really haven't tried it out yourself yet, because every person that has tried out at least my Gear VR and my Oculus Rift, everyone's been blown away, not by the games, but by the live action videos. So, like the tours to Iceland, being in Paris, being on stage at a Cirque du Soleil show. Like, they were just, it's really hard to describe. You have to experience it yourself in order for me to have a conversation that you'll understand, because it's not like how 3D TVs were. It's not a gimmick. It really isn't. Because you put that on, you are experiencing something entirely new. Now, you can go ahead and argue with me. Well, I can just go to the Cirque du Soleil show and just experience it live. Yes. But the fact that I can sit in my room and get 90%, you're not going to get 100% because it's not four-dimensional, but almost 90% of the feeling and the atmosphere of being in that show on stage live. The videos I've done on my channel that you've seen, all my reactions are raw. They're my little reactions to these apps and games. You forget that you're there. I've had so many people come up to me. There's actually a horror movie video that they made. So it's like a 5-minute video that goes to an insane asylum, and it's scary. You just go to my VR freakout videos and you'll see it. But a lot of people are out there are like, they'll give the argument, well, I know it's not real. I know I'm in the office around people in the middle of broad daylight. It's not gonna scare me. I don't get scared by scary movies. Every single person that has told me that, I made them try Dread Halls and that Catatonic 360 video. Each time, none of them were able to finish it. I mean, they weren't able to beat the game, and for the video one, they finished the video, but all of them ate their own words. During the video, you can see them clenching their fists on the chairs, and they started sweating in an air-conditioned room. Like, that's just a taste. Like, you can't replicate that. It is taking entertainment, visual entertainment, video entertainment to the next level. It really is. Just pretty much think about this. And because they have 360-degree cameras right now, they're not quite consumer ready yet, but they have them for at least commercial purposes. Imagine putting that into in the middle of a football game or a soccer game, any type of sports event. They put it smack in the middle of the field, like, hovering above them or something. You tune right in and you're at the game. You're there. You can look all the way around. You can turn around and see the benches. You can look at the players. You can see everything unfold. Like, you can tune in live. And you feel like you're there. That's all I can say. It's just like, and the thing is, they're already working on technology to link these virtual reality headsets together. So you and your friends could be sitting in the same show watching something. Or if you're playing a game, you guys could be literally on the game together. Yes, you got the local playoffs, but you could physically be in the game. Because the next generations of virtual reality technology is not just the head units, but it's actually the interface tech. So being able to bring in hand controls, body controls, movement controls, they're already all out. A lot of people just don't know about them, but there's already running platforms, full body motion sensors. There's also feedback chest that you can wear for when you play shooter games. They're already all out there. You bring all these minds together, bring all this tech together, make it streamlined. You're immersed in a game. You are. So, I mean, I can go on and on. Seriously, I can go on and on about that topic, but that's something I am so excited for. I really am. Just because, like, as soon as I got the first Oculus Rift and I played around with it, I was sold. Because it took my games to the next level. And when the Gear VR came out and showed me the power of what 360 videos and cinematography can do, I cannot imagine what future 360 movies will be like. Could you imagine like a Lord of the Rings battle, or Saving Private Ryan, the beach invasion, or a Star Wars battle, and being smack in the middle of it? You're just in it, and you look up and there's an Imperial Walker, the foot's about to come down. Like, you're there. It's one thing watching it, but it's another thing feeling like you're in the action. Like, it's just going to take movies and everything to the next. I just cannot wait for them to do it. So there's that. But let's move on. I don't want to. I can go on that topic for. Trust me, I can talk hours and hours on VR because there's so many things to talk about. So let me see here. Let me see here. 955 Godson, did you check out the Cario smartwatch yet? Yes, and that thing is pretty sick. Yeah. And now whether they're going to actually implement it correctly, we're going to have to wait and see. That is quite the ambitious goal that they have. So 955 Gunson, just remind me, the Cario smartwatch is the one that's like the all-in-one solution where you take it off, it's your laptop, that's your TV and everything, right? The Kickstarter one that I think you mentioned. But that thing was, as soon as I saw that Kickstarter thing, man, I was like, if I had the money, I'll donate to you guys. But then that's an ambitious goal. That is ambitious. And if they can pull it off, they just got. Let's see here. Jeffrey Kong, welcome to the podcast. Hey Andrew, have you seen the Iron Man iPhone 6 Plus, Samsung S6, and Samsung S6? Yes, I have. I was this close to, because this is how much I love Iron Man in general. He's my favorite Marvel character because I'm into robots and tech. But I was this close considering giving up my Note 4 to get the Iron Man S6 edition. But I waited because for me, I'm a phablet user now. I just can't use a smaller phone anymore. Like I can, but it just feels too small and it's restricting to me because I tested my girlfriend's S6 for about 2 weeks. I got used to it. It was fine, but I missed my Note 4. So for me, fingers crossed that they're going to do the same type of promotion with the Note 5. Fingers crossed. Sai Teja Kasala, welcome. I apologize if I mispronounced your name, but the Gear VR is not released in India yet. Got the Note 4 as soon as it was released. You can actually pick up any Gear VR from Europe, Australia, Korea, or US. You can use it in your country. You just need to get the unit, and the system will prompt me because I've had a lot of subscribers from India actually do it this way. They'll just get a unit, they'll import one and just experience the virtual reality that way. So that might be an option that you could look at. Jeffrey Kong, yeah, I know what you meant. Parth Patel, what do you think will come out the iPhone 7 or 6s, and will there be a mini version of the iPhone? For me, I'll put it this way. I don't have much expectations for the iPhone 7 or 6s or whichever it may be. I don't have that many high expectations because, especially the last few years, they really haven't done anything exponential in my mind. They haven't changed the phones too dramatically. They haven't. If anything, if you've noticed, guys, they always just focus on the new iOS update or a new app that they're releasing or the build of the machine. If you know what I mean. They're like, oh, we used a new cover this year. We redesigned it to make it look this way. We used a new sapphire crystal display to make it look. The new Retina displays. It's just fluff. The overall performance is still subpar in my opinion where it needs to be. So I don't really expect much from them. But the positive side of me is hoping that they release a 4K resolution Retina display phone, quad-core processor or more. That's going to be much stronger than the S6, more RAM, higher memory, and obviously multiple versions would be nice because if they're not going to do the whole release different models, multiple models throughout the year and they only focus on once a year, then give people more options. Because that's my thing with Apple. You don't have an option. Because when you're like, oh, well then why would I get a Samsung phone? That's just no. When you go outside of Apple, that's Android Wear. I mean, that's just Android. And Android offers you a ton of phones that you can choose from. You have different options. So, I mean, you can do that, and Apple can do the same way. Listen, it's like, you don't have to make the same phone and just make it bigger and smaller. No, offer 3 different models. I understand you guys are trying to be the premium company, but offer different models. If they come out and be like, because they did that with the 5C, I thought that was a good idea. It's like, here, listen, offer them a premium product, and then also offer your loyal customers an affordable option. So we'll see. I think they will do a mini version, but we'll just have to see. Them being who they are, we never know. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, here we go. Now, within a few months, No 5 is going to come out. Yes. So actually, Sai, you might actually want to wait till the fall because apparently they're going to release the retail version of the Gear VR headsets. So you might actually just have them readily available at your local area by the time this fall rolls around too. So it might be worth waiting for. Let me see here. Parth Patel, do you like the Apple Watch, and when do you think the second one will come out? Parth Patel, you obviously haven't watched some of my videos. I do not like the Apple Watch at all. Geez, that's gonna start me on another rant. Just quickly, it wasn't to my expectations. I was hoping that the Apple Watch would be the watch that would bring me back to Apple because Apple will be finally doing something innovative, but they came out with this subpar product. I don't care how expensive it is, it sucks. The interface is okay. I actually don't mind the interface. I have a couple complaints about it, but it's better than the Android version. But overall, hardware-wise, battery, everything, lack of functionality, it's just dumb to me. They definitely dropped, in my mind, they dropped the ball. Obviously, to the millions out there who are either loyal fans or paid off by Apple, it's the greatest watch in the world, but it isn't. Just go watch my other videos. You'll see it. Just look at my playlist. I have several videos on that topic, but I do not like it. The second one will probably be announced during the press conference in 2 months. Or next month, I think it is. So they're already going to announce it, and they're going to announce everything that it was going to have, being like, oh, listen, I know we sold 50 million of the Apple Watches, but listen, we're coming out with the second one. Improved battery life, better screen protection, bigger screens, cheaper bands, and standalone function. We're going to offer you everything, and this is going to be the best smartwatch in the world. Yay! No. But that's what they're going to do, and they're going to sell another 50 million pieces. That's how arrogant they are these days because they've earned it. They have the loyal customer base, but it's not the best. I mean, I really don't look like, if anything, I know their second version will be better. I know it will. But my thing is they dropped the ball with the first one, and that's just it for me. Like they're not going to get me back until they do something absolutely phenomenal and make that money worthwhile. If you're going to charge me $300 to $500 for a watch, make it worthwhile. Make it actually worth something to me. Add value. It's not adding. Put it this way, it doesn't add value more than my Samsung Gear S. You're not going to get it from me. Even if they come out with a virtual reality unit. Okay, I know they're naturally going to charge more than the other companies out there. If you're going to do that, add value. Give me a good reason to come to your company then. Not just because you're Apple. That can no longer be an excuse. It really can't. It needs to be something more. So, sorry, you just got me. I don't go on off on them, but that's just them. Let me see here. Alexander Linares, the Minecraft HoloLens show at E3 was amazing. Yes, it was. And once again, in my mind, augmented reality and virtual reality are two separate things that don't have to compete with one another. They don't, because they accomplish, yes, both experiences, but they're two very distinct experiences in my opinion. Because I think they can coexist with one another. They can coexist, so I don't want to go on that, but yes, I'm excited for the HoloLens as well as the next generation of the Google Glass, because yes, folks, they're not done yet. They'll be back. 955 Godson. Okay, so we are on the same page. That the concept design looks great, but they have to make it practical, because to put that much computing power into something so small, god damn, if they do that, they deserve to be the top tech company right now. They do. So all the best wishes to them. Perry Freeman, what you about the battery life on the S6 Edge? I'm assuming when you're asking me about what do I know about it, the battery life's good. That's what my girlfriend has, and when I tested it for the 2 weeks that I had it, it lasted the full day just fine. I mean, yes, I have my smartwatch connected to it, so I'm not using it as often, but with Wi-Fi on and normal usage, and I didn't charge throughout the day to actually see how much it used, it survived the day just fine. I think I used about half or less than half the battery in a full day. And my full day consists of I leave the house at 5:30 in the morning. I don't get back until 7, 8 o'clock at night. So that's a decent amount of time to use a lot of power, and it lasted just fine. So I really wouldn't worry about it unless you're like watching videos on it all day long or on Facebook all day long. Then you're gonna have an issue. But normal usage for just basic notification stuff, you're gonna be fine. Alexander Linares, did you know it takes $84 to make an Apple Watch? $84, eh? For some reason, I feel like that's hard to believe. I feel like it might be cheaper, especially with their practices. They can tell me all they want about high quality, but okay, fine. Even if it's $84, it's in the materials. And yes, I know a lot of people care about the materials, but then just go buy I know. This is the argument that I have with people now. It's crossing the line now where tech is becoming fashion. And people are willing to pay more for the fashion and brand name than the tech. And so now there's a line being drawn between tech users out there. And Apple's falling into this side where they're focusing more on the brand name and the quality materials than functionality. It's like buying a $5,000 Chanel, Tory Burch, Hermes bag that only has one main compartment, but because it's Hermes and it's got that high quality leather, they're going to charge you $5,000 for it. Or go out and buy a $50 bag. Yes, and it's not the same type of leather. It's nylon. It works just as, but functionality wise, it's stronger, lasts longer. It can handle a lot more things, has more compartments, it does more. So it's becoming this, and they're falling onto this side, which is unfortunate in my opinion. But damn. But that goes to show you guys, they're just milking their customers at this point. And I understand. Like, I know people want to give me thumbs about the whole, and they like how Apple's simple to use. Their ecosystem's good. iTunes, yay! I understand that. You can give me all the thumbs down you want in the world, but they're trapping you. They are. They're stealing your money. They're not giving you anything anymore. They're giving you guys crap products, and they brainwash you guys so hard to believing that they're giving you the best product out there. And I know some people took that to offense, but it's not everyone. I understand that. But the majority of the market, I would agree with the people out there if it was the best interface in the world. But at this point, it isn't. Android Wear and a lot of the other things have caught up. I mean, years ago, I would definitely say that Apple had the better interface. But it's called updates and moving on with the times. You can almost... if you were to offer the two operating systems to a person that's never owned a phone before, if you show them both of them, I can almost guarantee you that they're not really going to notice a difference at first. They really aren't. So that argument to me is very stupid at this point. Yes, I understand there's a whole bunch of other things that go into it, lifestyle and all that stuff, but when you look at it from my point of view and just functionality wise and hardware, they're just not there anymore. They're not worth the money. They really aren't. So you can agree to disagree. That's just my opinion. They haven't really given me... no one can really sit there and tell me that they've done anything really innovative anymore. Someone actually tried to argue with me about the whole MacBook, the new MacBook Pro, not the MacBook Air, the MacBook Pro, their new one, how that is the most advanced laptop known to man right now. Because the platform for the chips and everything, no. And after about a heated 2-hour discussion with him, he finally kind of saw the light. So, yeah, there's that. Sorry if I sound like an Apple hater. I really am. I know it sounds like that, but I really am not. and I always give this analogy. It's just, I'm like a disappointed parent almost. I think that's a bad analogy, but it's a bad metaphor. But it's like that the one child had such potential for greatness, and it's like they went to the best school, they got the best degree, and they got the best job starting off, and they got complacent. And then that's what it is, and I think that's just disappointing. I saw how motivated, like under Steve Jobs, they were being so motivated, innovative, and pushing new things out and being very exciting. But these days, they're not exciting anymore. They're not. I mean, they don't get me excited. And like when I hear Apple, it's just, here we go again. It's not the whole, yes, I wonder what they're going to announce this year. It's not that anymore. And yeah, that's just it. Like for me, like I wish they would go back to those days. I really wish they would. I know a lot of people out there that they would. Yeah, I mean, I still wish Steve Jobs was here, because I think the company would be in a completely different place right now, in my mind at least. There's that. All right, so let me look at here. Sean L, how soon do you think the next Samsung smartwatch will come out? It's gonna be this fall, dude. I know it's rumored right now, but they're going, along with their Note 5, they're definitely going to be announcing their next smartwatch along with it. So September-ish. Be on the lookout. So it's either going to be the Gear A or the Gear S2 or both. I don't know. They might be releasing multiple models for all I know. Because Samsung, I don't know what they're doing anymore these days. So, but they're definitely going to be announced. Sorry, excuse me. But they're definitely going to be announcing something at least by September. So you don't have to wait too long. There's that. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. I just had to get a quick drink here. All right. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and dive into, so while you guys might think of different questions and stuff, another topic that I want to talk about today was actually my decision to quit my job. I know I've kind of kept talking about it here and there throughout this podcast, but this is a very big topic that I wanted to just kind of put out there. If you guys don't care for it, that's fine. But just to put it on recording and just talk, I just need to talk about it. And that. So a couple weeks back, or for a while now, I've been wanting to run my own business. Actually, ever since I was a young kid, I wanted to own my own company. And then in college, instead of taking like a normal internship, I decided to just start my own business, and I started my own store and everything. I started off in my dorm room, and within 2 years, I grew it up into a storefront property in the local town. Now, the town wasn't the best town. It was a welfare town, so it was a very poor town and everything. So rent was cheap, dirt cheap. If you actually went in there, it was very ghetto furniture and everything, but it was successful. I mean, it was making money. It was doing well, and that was my job in college. That was my life in college, to be honest. But then I eventually closed it down to spend some more time with my friends, finish out school strong, and with the hopes of reopening when I came back home down to Philadelphia. So when I finished school, I thought I had a strong enough case where I could pitch to an investor or a bank, and that they would offer me at least a startup loan or investment to get it going. But I quickly found out that the economy wasn't doing too well still at that point, and a lot of people they didn't understand what I was trying to do. Nobody was, because actually what my business is something it's actually outside of the normal market right now. No one's catering to it, so I'm actually trying to be the first mover on it. And unfortunately, no one could understand what I was trying to do because they're still old school. I'm actually trying to branch out to what I'm thinking, what the new wave of retail stores are going to be like, and they just didn't see it. So for a couple years here and there, I try to go ahead and get started, but I just obviously didn't have the funds to get it going. And so, I just, when I came back from school, obviously I got a retail job, did that for a few years. Then obviously noticed that it wasn't going anywhere. So I picked up a couple contracts. I did jobs here and there. I did some unique stuff. And then I eventually landed at this mutual fund company where I am now. And then obviously over the years, I just kind of forgot about it. I was just like, you know what? This is not going to happen. I'm just a poor kid. I'm a subpar middle class guy. I'm just going to have to work the office job and just do that for the rest of my life, because in my mind, it was only the rich kids who got to start their own businesses, or people who knew rich friends that invested in them that would. And that was it. And obviously I didn't have any of those categories. So I just kind of gave up and just decided to go back into the corporate world. And while I was there, I was like, well, I'm going to need my MBA if I want to become like a VP in the future. So in my mind, that was the only way to become successful. So I was doing my MBA for the 2 years there. And what was happening though is I was still an entry level guy. In my MBA course was it was a special one because it was very local to my area, and it was the same group of people for 2 years straight. So you were in class every time with the same group of people. It was a cohort type of, that was the word I'm looking for. And so I didn't realize this, but it was after it was after the first year, actually. I didn't know, but we all kind of did a debriefing, and I kind of realized that I found out that everyone in that cohort was a vice president or an executive of sorts, and I didn't realize that. And I went to my dean and asked him, and I was like, "Wait, what's the deal? Why am I surrounded by some powerful people?" They're like, "Well, technically speaking, Andrew, the program you asked to be transferred into, this is it." I was like, I didn't realize what I was asking to be transferred into, because I just wanted to be closer to my workplace. Because the branch campus that they were teaching this cohort at was right next to my company. So I decided to go there for a while, and then I was like, all right. So they accepted my transfer. And needless to say, I didn't know that they were all executive levels and stuff, because like we were at the bar, celebrating the last year, and they were asking me, well, what did I do at, XYZ company? And I was like, well, I'm just a entry level data processor. And they just all looked at me and were in shock. Everyone was like, are you kidding me? And they all thought I was some at least mid-level manager or something like that. But, a lot of them thought I was a VP, thank you, VP at such a young age. It's just because of how I spoke, how I thought, the way I solved problems and everything. And they all kind of recognized, I'm a unique individual. I'm a very motivated individual. And they were just all shocked at that. I was actually getting business cards from them, getting job offers. It was flattering, but it just made me realize that I was being held back. I was holding myself back, and even talking with some of my professors, they all kind of agreed to especially my entrepreneurial professor. He was a very big motivation, but he was just like, you don't have to start with a lot. He kind of gave me the rundown, and it just got me thinking again. And so I decided to pursue opening my business one more time. And I have a friend who moved down to Mississippi, who I made this business plan with. Not the current business plan, but the overall idea of what we wanted to do. I envisioned one thing, and he just kind of added more to it, and he kind of helped me refine it. And so I got in touch with him again, and he was talking about how he had a way of possibly having it in with a group of people that might be willing to be interested in investing. So, I quickly, brought the old plan and rewrote it again for that area. And, several weeks of negotiating and talking, I thought, at first these people didn't get it either. Same old story. People just didn't understand what I was trying to do. But eventually we got to a point where I thought they were going to take it. And so we were about to sign, and last minute they dropped the whole, we want more ownership. They were going to take 90%. And I understand that I didn't really have any stakes in it. It was more of my idea and offering my sweat equity as well as my knowledge base to help their business out. Because they were running a casino, so I was going to, I clearly saw areas where they needed improvement. I would say that I would volunteer my time to help them. So we worked out a very unique deal. But last minute they decided to do that, and for me it was going to be me working for the wrong people and them reaping the benefits of it. And I didn't want to do that. So we just kind of stopped that. And that was the end of that. And unfortunately, since then, my friend and I really haven't been able to take off since then. So there was, again, months of it being dead. And then another thing, what happened the same year, I met a different group of people who worked in a certain segment of what I was trying to get into. and they also were very interested in starting with me. And so we also started negotiating, ownership and investments amounts and how we wanted to start small scale. And I eventually got to the point where they were on board. We talked enough and they were very happy about it. But at the last minute, when we were about to pull the trigger, they all got scared. A lot of them instantly started becoming very defensive, coming up with a lot of excuses not to do it or to hold it off, and it just fell through again. And for me, I just gave them an ultimatum: you guys want to do this or not? Yes or no? And a lot of them were just like, no. And that's the thing. A lot of people out there, even my friend too, it's just everybody wants to do this safely. Even me. I think that was what holding me back too. It's like, hey, if I'm going to run a business, at least my income should be covered for 6 months to a year, so I don't have to worry about anything. And you know what? That is not the right mindset to have when opening a business. It really isn't. Because every entrepreneur that I speak with, they're just like, listen, most businesses, you are not going to make any money for a year or more. You are not going to make any money back. You got to go in with that mindset. If you're going to try to go in and with the business of paying yourself and, being like, oh, this is going to be my new job and everything, so I'm just going to make sure I make enough money. No, you're going to bankrupt yourself and it's just going to fail. And that's unfortunately the wall that I've been running into the last year or two with these loan offers, these investment offers, and other investors and other, getting these loans. That was the mindset we had. And pretty much, you know what? I was just like, forget it. No one's going to give me the opportunity. So you know what? I'm just going to go for it myself. And I instantly started YouTube. So at least, and you guys have noticed, for those of you guys that have been with me from day one, for the last 8 to 9 months, I've just been focusing on YouTube, building this channel up, building the community up, not for financial reasons, but just be like, listen, like I want to show people like we can get the community growing just around just the community. So it's like just like fun topics and selling myself and everything. So, and the channel growing this much has been so wonderful. I mean, to be honest, like I was really just honestly. I was, during the course of the day, I would think about what videos to make. I would come home, make it, upload them, answer your questions, and go back and forth. And for the last few months, I was very, if anything, like I was happy, but I was more motivated. It was finally like, I felt like I was doing something with my, I was really happy with what I did. So it's just like, sorry, I just saw your questions. I just got distracted here. But I know, sorry, I kind of dragging the story on, but just pretty much like it got to the point where, especially this past month, we got a decent enough bonus from my company. I looked at my 401k and I saved up enough money and with that in combination with the money I've saved up till now and the bonus, it was enough to get something started. It was enough to get a small store to test out my business idea and enough for a few months where I could pitch it to an investor or something like that and actually have an investment stake in it and everything. And on top of that, be able to cover my bills for a few months and also be able to dedicate my full time to YouTube and to you guys. So it was a very hard decision. So I thought about it. It was just like, will I want to take the time? It's like, do I want to give up this job in order to pursue a crazy dream? Because if I give up my job and pursue this could end up falling flat on my face, failing, I lose a lot of money, and I gotta go job hunting again and start all over. Or do I want to? And then the other option too was just doing it part time. So open up the store and giving it. On my evenings and weekends and stuff too. But that wasn't an option either, because if it ended up failing, I didn't want to regret later on not giving it my all. So after giving a heart to heart with my girlfriend, my family, and my friends, I just decided to go all in. I wasn't happy at work. Every day I was going to work, and I think a lot of you feel the same way. It's just, you feel trapped. You don't feel like you're accomplishing anything sometimes. And I wasn't motivated. And there's that. So I just decided to take the risk because you know what? I'm not getting any younger. And right now, I'm not married yet. don't have kids. My parents are still working, so I have the support network to do something crazy. And so why not? So I'm going for it. So sorry if you felt like I wasted your guys' time for the last 20 minutes or so talking about that little backstory. But I'm going for it, guys. Like, you see my room's all packed up because I'm gonna be signing the lease sometime next week, and I'll be beginning construction of the store as soon as I get the keys. So you guys probably will still be seeing videos from here for a few weeks, but eventually you guys will be seeing me record at the new location, as well as I'll go ahead and reveal to you guys what my business idea, not the entire idea, but where the store location is and everything. And so there's going to be that. And you guys are going to see some rapid changes coming soon. So I can't wait. I hope you guys can't wait either. To see the updated quality, updated production, new channels, and a variety of videos that'll be coming out soon, as well as an opportunity. So if this business really takes off, I definitely plan on opening multiple locations throughout the country, as well as the world. You never know, because I have worldwide fans. So I'm not going to isolate you guys. So we'll just see. We'll see where this goes. I mean, this is crazy. Most YouTubers don't quit their jobs until they have like 100,000 subscribers and making buku dollars. I'm only at 5,000 or close to 6,000 now, and I'm doing this. It's crazy talk, but you gotta be crazy. You gotta be crazy to run a business. You gotta be out of your mind to start your own business, because if you aren't, you shouldn't be running a business, right? So there's that. So sorry if I bored you guys there, but let me go ahead and go answer some questions that you guys have there. I'll talk more about it in a bit here, but let me go ahead and answer some of your questions here. Let me see. Apple wouldn't be crap if Steve Jobs were here. Yeah, no. If Steve Jobs was still here, I think he would definitely done very differently as what Tim Cook has been doing. Parth Patel, will you do a review of Ester Takey 1, the world's first holographic smartphone? If not, I recommend it. I will take a look at it. I did not know about it. I'm actually going to write that down right now. Let me see here. S-Star? Taking 1? I've never heard about that. I'm going to go ahead and check that out once that comes out. Thanks for the suggestion, man. Oh, Alexander Linares. Looks like he left. So thankful. All right. Well, I probably missed him leaving, but thank you. So I'm not sure how many of you are actually left behind or still watching and everything, but thank you for stopping by. Yeah, you guys should definitely be on the lookout. I'll be posting these podcast clips to SoundCloud soon. I'm still working on setting up the account, that with iTunes as well too, because I know a lot of you listen to it. I'm still working out on properly recording my audio. Obviously, today's podcast unfortunately got cut off, so the first 30 minutes are gone because the power went out, so that the recording didn't save, unfortunately. So that kind of sucked, but hopefully future podcasts beyond this one are going to be a little bit more refined. Actually, hopefully the next one will be at the new location. It probably won't, actually, because the internet probably won't be set up by then, but you guys will definitely see a higher quality, better production, better audio, and then the downloadable audio clips should be up by then. So hopefully I upload enough for you guys by then. But I can't wait to show you guys what I have in store. I really can't. I have so much things planned out. And once again, if you guys have any video suggestions, if you guys have any video suggestions or topics or even topics that you guys would like me to talk about or make a video on, please go ahead and feel free to let me know. Just message me privately or leave a comment. I'm definitely working on some fun videos. I'm going to experiment with some comedy stuff too, so we'll see. Because you got to make reviews fun. I mean, put it this way, if you're going to sit there for 5 minutes, might as well enjoy the video. Oh, excuse me. Parth Patel, what do you like more for gaming, the Xbox One or PS4? They're both about equal. I'll put it this way. The reason why I don't have an Xbox One right now is because of the little stunt 2 years ago. When they first announced the Xbox One, they were like, here's the price, You're going to have to get a Kinect. Digital only. You have to be online. No more used games. When they played that power game arrogant move, they lost me as a customer instantly because you offended almost every gamer out there. Now they've learned their error of their ways, and then now they're even offering backwards compatibility and everything. That's fine. All's forgiven because when Halo 5 comes out this fall, I will be picking up an Xbox One. It's just period, because I love Halo. So I'm going to want to play it. I'm actually going to probably pick up the Master Chief Collection and play through all that. So I'll put it this way. I like both systems. I really do. I had the 360 and PS3 because I like the Xbox because the Xbox has, in my opinion, still a better online interface, as well as I like the controller better. For shooters, at least. For shooters and fighting games, in my opinion, the Xbox controller layout is a lot more comfortable to use, in my opinion. But when it comes to RPGs and first-player games and some first-player action games like Metal Gear Solid and Devil May Cry, I prefer playing on the PlayStation. That's just built into my mind that way. Like for me, all my RPGs have always been on the PlayStation. So I like it that way. So I like both systems for different reasons. I'll put it that way. But overall, right now, I still think the PlayStation 4 is a better platform right now, especially with them coming out with the virtual reality aspect with Project Morpheus. I think they're kind of one up. Well, the thing is, Xbox One kind of jumped on board by saying they're going to support the Oculus Rift. So that was like, whoa, okay, Microsoft coming in with guns blazing. So actually, I think I might just stop my own statement there. Microsoft might come and try to surpass PlayStation, in my opinion. But I like both systems. I think both are solid systems, both are solid interfaces. It's just pretty much what first-party content do you want to play, and what hardware do you like better? And then it becomes loyalty at that point. But for me, I'll get both systems. So I have my bases covered. Ghost Knife, good luck, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Parth Patel, they have a beta for Halo 5. I know. But I'm not going to pick one up just yet. I'm going to wait because I'm probably going to want to buy the Halo 5 bundle. All right. Fudge Cookie. Hello. Welcome to my podcast. It's like welcome. I didn't know there's still people here. Can I get a roll call? Who's here right now? Question. Are you reading this? Yes. Yes, I am. I'm reading it right now. This is actually delayed by like 5 or 6 seconds. Actually, literally right now, I just saw myself say hi to you. That's how delayed the videos are. But guys, seriously, the last half hour here, I'm just leaving it up as an open Q&A. I pretty much covered all the topics I wanted to talk about. So if you guys have any questions, tech-related, game-related, geek-related, questions for me in general, feel free to ask. The ball is in your court. So I apologize for those of you listening onto the audio cast. I'll make sure to kind of, I'll edit this down. Oh, man. Man, I got to lose a lot of weight. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, that's another thing I look very forward to. Because when I got my reconstructive surgery done last December, I was immobile for like 3-4 months. And even after that, I wasn't able to do a lot of heavy workouts. So I gained like 30-40 pounds. Because for me, before my surgery, I ate a lot. I love to eat. But I also worked out to maintain my weight. But ever since that surgery, my eating habits didn't change, but my workouts did. So I gained like 30-40 pounds. And I'm just like, ugh. But hopefully, and that's another thing I look forward to, because when I after this week, this is my final week at work. My new schedule is going to be wake up, go to the gym for about an hour, 2 hours, come back, and then get cracking away at my channel and my business. That's going to be it. Like, I'm actually going to be able to comfortably go work out now on a daily basis without worrying about traffic or some stupid schedule at work and everything. It's going to be my own schedule. So I definitely look forward to being my own boss and having my own hours. So, man, I can't wait. Which do you recommend? Excuse me. What question are you asking? Are you asking about the Xbox One and PlayStation 4? Oh, Xbox 360 or waiting for your or. Still waiting. I mean, okay, Xbox. Oh, Xbox 360 or Xbox One. That's a very unique question. I'd say get the Xbox One. I mean, at this point, I think it's matured enough. It's got enough titles. Might as well get it. And it's offering some sort of backwards compatibility, so you can still play some 360 games on there. So I say go with the Xbox One. If you can get the Xbox One, get it. I mean, why get in? Because I'll put it this way: the Xbox 360 at this point, actually, it's almost 10 years old. It came out 2005 of November. Holy crap! Wow. I just dated myself. Wow. That came out my senior year of high school. Wow. It's already been 10 years. Wow. I cannot believe that. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, get the Xbox 360. Why get a system that's 10 years old? Get the most recent one. Parth Patel, what is your opinion on GTA 5 and what do you think about BO3? What's BO3? Will it be like AW or better? I know GTA 5, that's Grand Theft Auto, but I don't know BO3 or AW. Please clarify those acronyms for me that I can give you my opinion on that. But I like Grand Theft Auto 5. Honestly, if I had more time to play games, I definitely would. I played at my buddy's house here and there, but trust me when I say this, I haven't played any games for the last ever since I started this channel. I really haven't been able to play any games. I kind of played a couple, like I play Call of Duty and Battlefield here and there, but trust me when I say this, like, but after I quit my job this week, I'm gonna be playing a lot more games, but before this is my schedule. I leave my house at 5 a.m. in the morning, and I don't get home until 7, 8 o'clock, have dinner, and then around 9, 10 o'clock is when I start recording, editing, or responding to your comments. So, and then I don't go to bed until 2, 3 in the morning, and I rinse and repeat. So I really didn't have enough time for games here and there. But in the future, now when I have more time, I'm definitely gonna be playing. Sorry, I have like 6 games I purchased that's wrapped up right now, but they're not opened. So I still gotta play Bloodborne. I gotta play Final Fantasy Type O. I gotta play. There's a couple other games I just picked up Arkham Knight too. And there's a couple of games that I purchased that I haven't been able to play. I'm gonna be playing those, but I'll be definitely getting my shooters in. So Black Ops 3, you're asking, and Advanced Warfare. Okay. That's what you're asking. My bad. This is how out of the loop I've been. But when the first Black Ops came out, I played the hell out of that game. Like I was a part of a clan too and everything. Black Ops 2, Advanced Warfare 1, and 2, like, man, I played a lot. Call of Duty was our thing, and Battlefield. So I'm a big fan of Battlefield as well too. So and playing Battlefield on the Oculus Rift, I definitely recommend it if you guys can ever try it. It is awesome. But what do you think about Battle? So I think Black Ops 3 will be better than Advanced Warfare. I think it will. Just from what I read and what I saw, I mean, the companies have definitely started to step up their game and try and make it unique. But I mean, the one thing is, they're such incremental improvements year after year. I mean, because even now, when I went back and played Advanced Warfare, I was like, wow, yeah, like they added new mechanics to the game. I mean, it was fun, but after after a handful of, because I play hardcore team deathmatch, and after a handful of those rounds, I was like, nope, the game's still the same. You know, infinite range bullets, glitchy here and there. Not that I rage quit, like, but for me, it's just like the game got really ridiculous because like you always get that one person that's like ridiculous in those games. Like just no scopes everyone, and everything. and I also lost my clan too. So like I lost a lot of friends in the last couple of years due to some personal mistakes and stuff. But I definitely haven't been able to play as I used to because it's much easier to play when you have 16 guys all in the same room playing against each other. So it's just like it's definitely easier to gauge and everything. And Battlefield was fun that way too when we're on the same team. It was much easier to coordinate and stuff. But I think back to the original point though. I think Black Ops 3 will be good though. Just from what I saw, I'm very excited for it. The single player on Advanced Warfare was fun, and I still play it. I mean, I still play it when I get a chance to. So if you guys want to, I'll be on a little bit more oftenly. So if you guys ever want to play with me, my gamer tag is Wanger375, WANGER375 on the PlayStation Network. But when I get the Xbox 360, definitely be on the lookout for that gamer tag to pop up again too. I actually might change to LPX Gamer to just go with my brand name, if anything. But I'll be on there. I'll be playing a lot of Halo. I mean, that's good. Put it this way: when Halo 5 comes out, I'll be playing the Master Chief Collection. I'll be playing through all that, and I'll be playing that too. Oh man, sorry guys. Sorry if I'm kind of going off because I've been up since 3 a.m. this morning, and I'm running off of energy drinks right now, so I'm a little exhausted. So please excuse me. Like literally right after this, I'm gonna have to go and catch up on all my comments here because I'm a little bit behind. So there's that. So, any other questions for the last about 10 minutes or so before I, wrap this up here? Gonna leave it out there to you guys. But while you guys think of something, one thing to look out for my gaming channel, so LPX Games. I'm gonna be definitely doing a lot. I just mentioned it before, but I'll be doing a lot more virtual reality videos. So not just the fun demos, but actual integrations like playing Minecraft on it, Battlefield, and a bunch of other games, and just showing you guys like the experience and everything. So definitely be on the lookout for those videos. I'm also going to be doing, once I did say that I'm going to be doing a lot more Throwback Thursday videos. I'm going to start doing a playthrough series of old classic RPGs. So I'll be definitely doing. I'm going to be starting off my first series with Final Fantasy VII because ever since they announced a remake, I was like, I need to go play it again. So I'm going to do a full completionist run through of Final Fantasy VII again. So, but I'm not going to do it like in one sit through. I'm going to play like a few hours, like every week. And that's what I'll do. And eventually we'll finish. And I'll do like a full version and then like a retrospective shortened version too. So be on the lookout for that. Like that's going to be, for me, that's going to be fun. And hopefully you guys might enjoy that as well too. Parth Patel, what does LPX stand for? So that kind of gives you a hint on what my original business was, and that is it's LAN Party Extreme. For you gamers, you will understand that term. So, and that's what it was. My store was LPX Gaming in college, and it was just a LAN center. I had I started off with 8 Xbox 360s, and I think the most I had at one time was 32. And we had 32 guys in there and some couple girls. And this is when it was Modern Warfare 2. This is how long ago it was. Modern Warfare 2 just came out, and Halo ODST was the game, and that's all we played. That's literally, we just played those 2 games nonstop, landing it up all the time, and it was awesome. And this is back when we can actually land the systems, because apparently you can't land the Xbox Ones for some reason. That's what it was. So... And the thing is, like, I probably should have changed the name, but I kept using LPX over and over the last couple of years. I pretty much branded it to myself, so I'm kind of hoping to continue with that trend. So we'll see where it goes from here. Sick with this. What's up? You watch any more VR videos? Yes. I've watched a few, but the reason why you guys haven't seen any videos of me uploading is because Google and Samsung have yet to fix the issues with Lollipop, because I cannot stream even the Google Cardboard apps. I cannot stream any of the Gear VR or the Google Cardboard apps smoothly anymore through Chromecast or any of my recording software because it all lags. Back when I had KitKat, that's when I made all my videos, and you guys can see in my old virtual reality videos, they were seamless. They were very smooth, recording very good in good quality HD. and I don't know what happened. Lollipop has screwed up everything, and I haven't been able to record any Gear VR videos. I know I can do that with the Oculus Rift, but I haven't had time to dedicate to working on how to get the 360 videos to work on the Oculus Rift. I know there's a couple softwares out there, but they require a lot of like tweaking and everything. And just with my schedule, I haven't had the time to really do it. But with my new schedule starting next week, not this week, but next week, I'll be able to do that. So definitely be on the lookout for the reemergence of virtual reality. So definitely be on the lookout. So if you guys want to check out my VR videos or future ones, just go ahead and subscribe to my LPX Games channel. None are up there right now, but they're going to be starting 2 weeks from now. I'm going to be uploading frequently to that channel, so you guys can check that out. Let me see here. Parth Patel, are you a fan of Modern Warfare series on Call of Duty? Yes. 1 and 2. 3 was okay. I actually still, what's it called? Last year, actually, when I was still with my group of friends, we went back and all bought the first Modern Warfare, and we played it again. And I gotta tell you guys right now, that game still holds up to this day. It still plays awesomely. And this is why that game is the reason why that series took off, because that game is still awesome. I think our favorite map is still it's the smallest map in the game, but it's the map where it's the 4 containers. I'm not sure if any of you remember that, but it's just 4 shipping containers and it's just a giant square. And that was the map. And we all just rock P90s, or we do knife battles. So we do the whole Troy, we love that game. But I like the Modern Warfare series. Sick with this. Do you know about any good VR headsets for the Nexus 6? None right now. I know there's a lot of like knockoff Google Cardboard headsets that you can get online and everything, but there's nothing proprietary made quite yet for all the other phones. But apparently Google is working on something for their next gen Google Cardboard. So from what I've seen, it's awesome. I mean, you can go ahead and get those units off of Amazon and eBay that come with the head straps and everything, but nothing as good as the Gear VR or Oculus Rift just yet. Oh yeah, you were just saying it. So you tried the VR for the S6 and it was cool. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, there's nothing for you right now. But if you have a decent PC, I recommend going getting the Oculus Rift. You can probably get it secondhand for a really good price. And I think you could, you can probably get it for a really good price because, to be honest, the experience on the Oculus Rift is probably the best compared to all the other versions. So if if you can get one for about $150, I think it's a decent price. That'll be the price point to try to get it for. But if you could get the new Google Cardboard a try too, because from what I've seen, they've increased the lens sizes as well as because they actually mentioned that they're going to be able to hold bigger phones now too. So they've actually probably solved your problem for you. But that might be another option that you can check out. Let me see here. Another thing you can do is just get the S6. I know the Nexus 6 is a nice phone, but you can just go ahead and step over to the Samsung side. I mean, that's another option that you can have. Parth Patel used to do a collaboration with, I'm assuming you're mentioning Marky Brown or TechSmart. And unfortunately, those are very big YouTubers. And they probably, I've messaged them a couple times about promoting the metal bands for the Gear S, but they don't. Obviously they're big YouTubers. They're gonna get a lot of messages, and they always get a lot of requests for collaborations and the promotions and stuff. So, I'm still a very small channel, so they're not gonna want anything to do with me. So maybe one day when I'm bigger, but until then, I gotta grow on my own for now. Sick with this. Oh, you do have the S6 Edge. Okay, so you do. Okay, so you already have it. So okay. So when you said I tried the Gear, you tried the VR. I thought you meant you tried someone else's. So you do have your own. So you're okay. They're releasing more apps here and there. Actually, I'm really surprised on the recent update that they did with the interface too. I actually really like it. It's the RDBA Gaming. Where can you buy the lens for the Google Cardboard? Amazon or eBay. If you're looking for just a lens pieces, they sell them on there. The test unit that I got from an app developer. They came with some like okay lenses, but I had to buy a pair from Amazon. If anything, you just buy a whole nother kit. You can just use that. They're relatively inexpensive these days, anyway. I mean, for those of you who are on the live feed too, let me just go ahead and grab it really quick. All right. So the one thing you guys can definitely understand too is like you got the Google Cardboard. That's the lens size right there. So that's your viewing angle essentially. But when you compare it to the Gear VR, you can definitely tell there's a slight difference. A slight difference. The experience on the Gear VR just, those lens sizes just makes that immersion just that much greater. So that's definitely something to look at. It's Google Glass worth the price? No. And don't get it right now. It was definitely a nice attempt on what they were trying to do, but it was a very gutsy move on Google's end. Now, I didn't personally buy it, but my company bought a couple to start testing out apps for our company and everything. And I actually got to borrow it for 2 weeks, and because I had to build a use case for it, so I wore it for 2 weeks straight. I can tell you right now, the reception from the public was not good, but I really didn't have any good needs for it. Like, it was nice, it was fun to play with here and there, but it just wasn't where the augmented glass technology needed to be. But I'll put it this way, Google's not stopping. They're working on a second version already. I can tell you right now, the second version is probably going to be a lot better. I mean, the Google Glass, our RDBA Gaming, it failed miserably. I mean, $1,500 for that thing. That is ridiculous. That is Apple level ridiculous. But they did it just so they can get it going. Because look at it this way, HoloLens came out a year later. I mean, a little bit more than a year later, but look at that. Like, imagine, like, that's the first step. Yes, it's big and bulky. It's not that big, actually, to be honest. But imagine that 5 years down the line, how much smaller they're going to be able to package that thing and make it on like an everyday use. So why wouldn't Google Glass be able to do the same thing? So I wouldn't count them out just yet, but don't pick up. If someone's trying to sell you a Google Glass right now, don't buy it. Unless they're trying to give it to you for like $50. No. Just don't do it. Don't do it. It's not a good idea. Oh, man. That's funny. Thank you for bringing up that question. I totally forgot about, I talk about Google Glass here and there, but, it's always fun to talk about when someone talks about it. Oh, man. All right, guys. Well, we have we only have a few minutes left, so I'm just going to give a couple of closing remarks, and we'll just call it a night here and everything. So for those of you who stopped by, thank you. I really appreciate your guys' time, especially on a Friday night, and, for those of you in the United States the night before, 4th of July weekend. I appreciate you guys stopping by. So I apologize if this podcast was a little bit boring. I had two serious topics to talk about, and obviously my channel is not quite large yet. We have a large, where I have a large, people tuning in live and, commenting and everything. But there's everything like that. But, I really appreciate you guys coming in. And for those of you watching the post recording of this, I appreciate, your guys' time too. So like, as this channel grows, I definitely look to, improve my content and release content that you guys want to watch. Hopefully you guys will enjoy this stuff that I come out with and everything, especially, the other videos I plan on doing in the future. But I'm still dedicating to doing these podcasts every 2 weeks for you guys. So like, this is my 7th consecutive one. And it's been difficult. Like, trust me, like, there's been a lot of events that came up that I had to either push off or reschedule, for this, just do that because I want to dedicate this time to you guys to be able to ask me any questions, to either get to know me, or if you have any questions, or you guys just want to know my opinion on something. I definitely want to be here for you guys. So this is the opportunity that I want to give my subscribers, to just come in and chit chat. Or if anything too, especially the one last week, it just became a conversation about E3. I think that's what it ended up being. So I definitely enjoyed that one. So that was a lot of fun. And I love this because it gives me the time to get to know you guys as well too, because I started noticing just in these last 7 episodes the few of you who have become consistent coming in too. So like for me, like when I see someone's name, I'm like, oh, there's that so and so person again, or and that too. So I hope you guys enjoy these. And I'm here for you. So if there's ever any topics that you guys want me to talk about or anything, just ask away. I've been more than happy to be reactive to you guys. So because I really want to make this channel and this community for the community. So this is not for selfish needs. This is for you guys and for your entertainment. To that too. So Parth Patel, thank you for saying so. I didn't think I was funny until I still don't think I'm funny. Like I think you guys are crazy for watching my videos and everything too. So, but hopefully the future videos will be a lot more entertaining for you guys. Not only the tech videos, but the gaming videos as well too. And then for those of you who might missed it, but I'll be doing my daily life vlogs, not on my BTS channel, but I'll be starting up a channel with just my name, Andrew Huang, and up there I'm just gonna be putting up not daily videos like most people do, but like videos throughout the week and just talking about general life topics. So the first one's gonna be about my business and going through the journey of setting it up and everything, but I'm going to be talking about topics of just like daily life stuff. So relationships, life, being an Asian American, family, how you treat your family, even topics like suicide too. The recent events have happened that I do want to go ahead and make a video upon that, but I'm not quite ready yet. But there's that's a topic that I hold very close to my heart that I want to talk about. So that's something that I'm going to be talking about on that channel. So there's a shameless thing into that too, but definitely if you guys are interested in that, just be on the lookout. I'm going to be making a new channel trailer for all my channels. I'm introducing them too, so you guys, I'll definitely make sure to notify you guys about that. But quickly, last question, Dylan Redman, what got you into VR and its content? Well, it's just pretty much for me. I was waiting for virtual reality ever since I was a kid. Because I got to try out the Virtual Boy, the Virtual Boy and everything, and I was into a lot of anime when I was younger, and I still am. But there was one anime called Dot Hack that really got me into like the concept of, oh my gosh, like the MMORPGs, but being able to dive right onto that world and being immersed. And as soon as Oculus Rift came out with their Kickstarter, and they got funded, like I was excited for it, but I didn't have enough money to get it. But by the time they got funded and were releasing the DK1 kit, I was able to afford to get it. And so I got it. Like, put it this way, I was already into VR before VR came out. And when I had the opportunity to try it out, I was just jumping on board. But ever since I tried the very first DK1 kit, I was sold. Because as soon as you strap that thing on and you played some of the games that I played and you watched the other YouTubers play the early development kit stuff, we were all sold on it. We were. I mean, you see, I know a lot of you probably gone on and YouTube reactions and stuff, but all those reactions, freakouts, laughter, joy, everything, those are all legit emotions, because when you strap that thing on, doesn't matter about the clarity, you feel like you're there. You're experiencing it. It's a whole new experience. And like for me, like as soon as I played that first roller coaster and that first horror game, I'm like, this is the future of gaming, period. And then with the Gear VR, with the 360 live videos, I'm like, this is it. This is the future of video content. And man, that was just like, if you've experienced it for yourself, you can definitely understand what I'm saying here. I mean, if you haven't, so if you haven't, so you just said it sounds so much fun, and it is a lot of fun. Because I'll put it this way, my company that I'm one more week left, but we had a recent tech show that I showcased all my virtual reality stuff. So I had the DK1, DK2, and both my Gear VRs there, and all the executives, every person, whether they were old, young, married, kids, not tech savvy at all. I had them all try different apps and games, and every single time I had a couple people fall over, a couple people rip it off because they got scared. I had a couple people laughing. Some people were just like, where can I buy this now? People were just loving it because it's not a gimmick like 3D. Because when you put on 3D glasses, it's like, whoa, that's cool. But when you put on virtual reality, it's like, holy crap. What the hell? This is weird. Because you're like, in your mind, you know you're in your room. You know that you're safe. But when you put those glasses on, your brain's telling you, you're in the freaking sky. Or you're freaking in Iceland. Or you're in a dark hallway being chased by a monster. And that was just like... And that was it. And you got to try it for yourself. You really do. It's definitely worth it in my opinion. I'll put it this way: if you have a smartphone that's not a Samsung, go get a Google Cardboard. You can get one for like $10-20, and you can just get a taste of it. I'll put it this way: the Google Cardboard is like the kiddie pool. It's like a foot deep pool that you can just get your feet wet and try it out and see if you really like water. And then when you're ready to jump into the big boy shoes, get the Oculus Rift and jump in. But you definitely try it out. And the last comment I'm going to talk to is RDBA Gaming. Must be weird to see porn on it. And I did a video on it. RDBA Gaming, I actually did. So go to my channel. If you look at my playlist, I have VR videos. You can look at, I have VR videos. I actually did a reaction to VR porn, as well as my girlfriend and my best friend. They also reacted to it too. So you can see all of our reactions to it. And I can tell you right now, it is dangerous. It is a dangerous ball game that these people. This is something. And I say that they have created a very dangerous thing because it is weird. It is like, that's the only thing I can say. It is so weird. Like, and the thing is, just go watch that video because my reaction says it all. Because it's just weird. Like, that's the only way I can say it. It's just like you see me freaking out. You'll see my friend. You see my girlfriend and my friend freaking out. It is just, it's a trip. It really is. So, but on that weird note, I'm going to call it a night, guys. So, thank you for stopping by, Dylan Redman. Like I just said, just go buy the $10-$20 Google Cardboard unit and just try it out. Just give it a try. It will not hurt you to $10-$20 for trying on virtual reality. I don't think it's gonna break the bank or anything. So that's one thing you can do. One last thing you can try out too is just go on YouTube and look for 360 videos. Because they actually integrated for your phones. If you view a 360 video on your phone, you can actually view it like this. You can actually go look in a 360 environment. So check that out. But there's that, folks. But folks, thank you for tuning in for the last 2 hours. If you guys stayed the whole entire time, I really appreciate you guys tuning in and everything. Definitely be on the lookout. Not this week, but the week following. A surge of new content coming out and everything. So there's that. So thank you for tuning in, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next podcast in 2 weeks. So the next podcast will be on July 17th, 2015 at 9:30. Oh, excuse me. At 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that'll be the next podcast, guys. So until then, have a good night, good day, good have a good 2 weeks, guys. And happy 4th of July to everyone in the United States. Have a good day, guys. Hope you enjoy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye.